Hi, this is Monica Wilder with Realty Processing, and we're going to show you how to submit a listing file through our online system. First step is to open up an internet browser. Our system works best with Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome. Go to our website, realtyprocessinginc.com, and once you're there, you want to click on Submit a File. Scroll down, and if you did not do so at the time you registered, you'll need to click on Agent Authorization Form and Policy Notice. You can click there and download the form, fill it out with a non-electronic physical signature, and upload it at the time you submit your file. So we clicked here to submit the file for processing, and here you see the opportunity to upload the completed Agent Authorization Form from wherever you saved it on your desktop. Then you're going to give us just your name. There's no need to complete your license number and your NERDS number if you've already provided that to us at registration. And we're going to click Next. Tell us what you're submitting. In this instance, we're doing a listing agreement. Maybe you're preparing for a listing appointment. And this is going to be the initial submission. And this is for a residential property. Single family residential. And is there a homeowners association? Yes, and we'll be happy to help you locate that information if you don't have it already. You just type unknown. We ask that you complete all fields as thoroughly as possible, even if you put not applicable, NA for not applicable. Next, you're going to tell us the date of your listing appointment or the date that you want the listing agreement to start on, and we're just going to put today's date, January the 25th. And that's also going to be actually better to put it here than in the place that I did put it. Turn these back blank here if you ever make that mistake. Alright, and the expiration date, if you want to go ahead and let us know that, so we'll have to indicate that on the listing agreement when we draft it for you. And that's basically it for the listing information. So we're going to click Next. You'll tell us who you represent, and obviously if this is a listing, you represent the seller. And is the seller a bank, or if the seller is a bank or a government-sponsored enterprise, anything other than an individual, you would choose entity. If it's an individual, of course, just choose individual. And then tell us the seller's name. There's more than one seller. Indicate that as well. Click Next. If you ever get sidetracked or you need to come back to this, just click Save and Resume later. This should only take you about 5 minutes to fill out, but I'll show you what the process looks like if you do choose to save and resume later. It'll tell you to copy the link below and save it in a safe place. So I'm just going to copy it. This link is going to prevent you from starting all over. So you can also click this link or save it someplace safe, or you can enter your email address here and have it send the link to you. I would recommend it, but for now, for training purposes, I'll just go back to where we were. And I completed my name. I had provided all of this information already. I already provided the dates. And this is where we left off, where John and Sue Seller's name had just been entered. Next, their address, and this is important in order to complete the listing agreement. And as much client contact information as possible. It's important to note that we do not contact your clients without first you providing us with that authorization to do so. Next, click the next button. If you have already, this is the cooperating broker information. This is not your brokerage necessarily, unless the um, agent that on the other side is with your brokerage. This is only filled out actually when you have, if you're representing a buyer or you're listing and we get a purchase offer in, and you're submitting that information. Otherwise, you don't have to enter in any information here when you're submitting a listing. So you'll just skip past this. The property address, you don't have necessarily an MLS yet because you're preparing for a listing appointment. So here's the client address. You can input that again here, or you can leave it blank since you've already provided it to us once. And here's where you would type list price, but it's not available here, so I'll have to make an adjustment to the form. Earnest money doesn't apply. And here's where you can indicate items that should remain as far as the seller's desires for the items that they will be conveying with the property. Okay, and click next. And leased items don't apply to us in this situation. And this contract is contingent of them selling their, no, there's no contingency, so we're not really writing a purchase offer. And financing applies more to the buyer side. And the inspection period applied to the buyer side. And title insurance. Alright, and click next. And what title company that you will be using. Okay, and their telephone number. We click next. And again, this is more applicable to the buyer side. Possession. And again, that's more applicable to the buyer side. And tell us how you would like for your contract to come your way. Final step is to sign that this is you. And once you're done, click next. Tell us, this is the checkout, tell us what type of transaction this is. This is not a short sale. Non-short sales, as indicated here, are $375 per file. It's a one-sided transaction because you're only working with one entity in the process right now. And the broker authorization form is something that you will need if you choose to pay after funding should the transaction fund. If the transaction does not fund, we will bill you according to our billing policy. So once you're done, click submit. And from this point, you can log into PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, we want to make sure your information is secure and have opted to utilize a third party in order to do so. And you can create a PayPal account or log in using your login ID, and it will tell you here your transaction total. Once your payment has been processed, then we will begin work on your file, and or once we receive the signed broker authorization form from your managing broker. Thanks so much for watching, and you have just submitted a file in preparation for a listing agreement. Good luck, and talk to you soon.